Imagine a world where women had little to no power in the political or military spheres. Now, picture a woman who not only led her own fleet, but was also one of the most trusted commanders of one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. This was Artemisia of Caria, a queen, a military strategist, and a woman who defied the norms of her time. But how did she rise to power in a male-dominated world, and what made her such a brilliant military leader? Artemisia's story is one of courage, intelligence, and calculated risk. She outwitted even the mightiest armies and earned a place of honor in the Persian court. In this video, we will uncover the remarkable life of Artemisia and how her leadership and cunning played a decisive role in one of the most significant battles in ancient history. Artemisia's story begins in Halicarnassus, now part of modern-day Turkey. Born into a royal family, Artemisia was the daughter of King Xerxes. From an early age, she was raised to be more than just a royal heir. She was trained in politics, diplomacy, and most unusually for women at the time, military strategy. Artemisia's intellectual and strategic abilities set her apart from her contemporaries, and she quickly earned respect as a leader of great potential. When her husband, the ruler of Halicarnassus, died, Artemisia took the throne. She was not content to be a figurehead or to follow the traditional roles expected of her. Instead, she took control of her kingdom, proving herself as a capable and respected monarch, not just by birthright, but by her actions and decisions. As Persia expanded its empire, Artemisia's skills and leadership were becoming well known. But how did Artemisia, the queen of a small city-state, manage to rise in rank and become one of the most trusted military commanders in the Persian Empire? Was it her strategic brilliance, or was there something more to her alliance with King Xerxes? In 480 BCE, Persia was in the midst of a massive military campaign against Greece, one of the most powerful forces in the ancient world. Xerxes, who ruled over the vast Persian Empire, needed allies, and Artemisia was one of the few leaders whose reputation reached his ears. Unlike other commanders, Artemisia was not simply looking for power or glory. She recognized that aligning with Persia would allow her to protect her people and enhance her influence. Artemisia's decision to join Xerxes' campaign against Greece was not just about power. She understood that Persia's success could benefit her own kingdom. And so, she offered her military expertise to Xerxes, and soon became one of his most trusted commanders. She wasn't just a figurehead, she was an active strategist in one of the greatest campaigns of the time. Artemisia's military brilliance didn't just shine through in her leadership, but in her innovative strategies on the battlefield. Her most remarkable contribution came during the Battle of Salamis in 480 BCE, where her tactics led to a pivotal moment in the Greco-Persian Wars. While most of the Persian commanders were focused on direct confrontation, Artemisia had a different idea. In the chaotic seas around the island of Salamis, Artemisia used psychological warfare, deception, and superior knowledge of naval tactics to gain the upper hand. When she noticed that the Greek forces were eager for victory, she executed a bold plan to feign retreat, drawing the Greek ships into a trap. But how did she manage to execute such a risky move with such precision? Her understanding of her enemy's psychology was remarkable. While the Greek commanders pursued her fleeing fleet, they unknowingly walked directly into the hands of the Persian fleet, which Artemisia had positioned to strike. This act of deception caught the Greeks off guard and turned the tide of the battle.
Victory is not about strength alone, but about using your mind and understanding your opponent. Quote, Artemisia,
Though the Battle of Salamis ended in defeat for Persia, Artemisia's actions ensured that the Persian fleet didn't suffer total destruction. Xerxes, impressed by her wisdom and quick thinking, continued to favor Artemisia, and her reputation as a brilliant strategist only grew. But what would have happened had Artemisia not been there? Could Persia have won the war? Would Xerxes have been able to consolidate his empire without Artemisia's contributions? Artemisia's tactical brilliance was one of the few things that saved Persia from complete failure. Victory is not when we defeat others, but when we defeat ourselves in the pursuit of greater strategy, Artemisia once said. Her legacy lives on as a symbol of strategy, courage, and the ability to change the course of history.
Artemisia of Caria was more than just a queen. She was a military strategist, a political leader, and a woman who defied the expectations of her time. She proved that intelligence and bravery are not defined by gender, and that one person's actions can change the course of history. But imagine, what if Artemisia had failed at Salamis? What if her brilliance had been overlooked? How different might history have been? Artemisia's legacy challenges us to think about leadership, strategy, and the barriers that people face in the pursuit of greatness. Thank you for joining us in exploring the life of Artemisia. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more untold stories from history.